does, doesn't it?
It's crazy.
All right, going back to Elia Rosa's
Yes.
blog entry, was media correct in, spreading it and making it a national issue? And as Yusek Pablo said, even internationally, this blog spot has really galvanized public reaction.
Was it right? Well, because
Yes,
it
okay, go
exists, and because someone's reaction, a personal opinion as it may be backed up by photos and a personal experience in the scenario.
Makes it
I think,
real.
yeah, makes it real. I think that's the danger.
That's
why
the danger.
I really think education of the blog reader should really happen.
Should take place.
Oo, hindi to
Yeah.
dyaryo. This is-
But then it was precisely because of the attention that it got. That's why people are talking about it. It raised several issues. Like imagine parang DSWD is a magnet for such perception, for such
Criticism, yeah.
criticism pa lang. So it surfaced a lot of issues, and I think
Okay.
rightly or wrongly.
It is also it's a very unusual time for people's heightened compassion, heightened sense
Awareness.
Yes.
Awareness
heightened
of what's
sense of
happening around
need
us.
for efficiency also,
Right.
di ba? Because
Right.
of Ondoy and etc. So I think it's also the time that it came out.
Right. How much trust do you place on what you see or read online?
Well, it depends really on the source. I guess I'm traditional that way. I tend to trust traditional big names in media.
So if, for example, somebody who has a big name in media passes on the blog, you would believe it?
It's also dependent on what form it is. For instance, if I couldn't possibly place the same trust I would place on CNN as I would on a report from iReport, because it's a citizen journalism. Because I would think they have a disclaimer there to begin with that we've not been able really to verify.
To
etc.
verify it. Okay. These bloggers get mainstream exposure, right?
Yeah.
It's become the topic of today's,
Amazing, yes.
issue on MIF, right? Is that a fair fair way of judging whether something is true or not? For example, let's go to the Comelec complaint.
Yes.
Right? You've received a lot of complaints.
A lot.
Oh,
A lot of complaints.
Yes.
Okay. Is it fair to Comelec, these complaints that you receive?
Many of the complaints weren't, these are people with subjective views.